So if your German Shepherd puppy is growling a lot, is that aggression? Is it normal? If it's a bad thing, what should we do about it? Well, that is exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Welcome back to the Fenrir German Shepherd Show. If you are new here, my name's Will. I'm a canine behaviourist and I'm the founder and CEO of FenrirCanineLeaders.com. This channel is dedicated to helping teach you everything you could possibly want to know about the incredible German Shepherd and then how to become high-level canine leaders that raise perfect German Shepherd companions. So if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe because I promise you, whether you're just new to German Shepherds or you're a lifelong German Shepherd lover, there is going to be something here on this channel for you. But with all that said, let's move into this week's Q&A. And I was going through my emails this morning, trying to help as many people with their training and behaviour questions as possible. And I noticed that I had 2 emails come through with the same concern, and that's that they've got a recent German Shepherd puppy and they've noticed that the German Shepherd seems to be growling a lot. One person, it was when they were going between trying to get the toy off the German Shepherd or when the German Shepherd was eating. Now that would fall in the realm of resource guarding growling. And then the other one was during playtime, the German Shepherd was growling a lot. So we're going to break that down and talk about it more. Should you be concerned? And if so, what should we do about it as high-level canine leaders? Now, let's dive straight into it. And we've got 2 very different things to talk about here, which is why I thought it would make such a fascinating video. The first one was it was 11 weeks old, if I remember rightly, and it was a German Shepherd puppy that every time somebody wanted to go and put the bone off the dog would growl and bare its teeth. During meal times, if anyone went near the dog while it was eating, the dog's growling and baring its teeth. Now that is a very common problem that fits in the bracket of what we call resource guarding. Now, although it's a very common problem, it doesn't mean it's a normal thing that should be allowed whatsoever. And I believe personally and strongly as a canine behaviorist, it's kind of the canary down the mine. It's the first warning sign of huge problems to come and needs to be nipped in the bud quickly and efficiently before it turns into really serious problems down the line. Now, resource guarding is, in the dog world, quite a normal behavior. And it's a way of saying, this thing belongs to me, you need to go away. And if you don't, I'm going to ramp up my response level, usually to a warning snap and then potentially to a full-blown bite. Now, in our culture and society, obviously, we don't want that to allow that, even if in the dog canine world, it's quite a normal response. Now, what we need to do is ensure that our dogs see us as their calm, consistent leader. If we strip it all the way back and take that puppy and we put that puppy back with its mother, that dog, that puppy would never dream of displaying that behavior to its mother because it respects its mother as its calm, consistent leader. Now, if that puppy then comes to our home, we want that puppy to respect us in the same way it would respect its mother. And if it's displaying this resource guarding behaviors, that is a clear indication that that relationship has broken down. And at 11 weeks old, that relationship has broken down quite quickly to get us to this point. So we need to restructure that relationship, and to restructure that relationship requires calm, consistent leadership. Now, that is a topic we could talk about for hours. The way that I utilize this is by something called my bootcamp protocol. I have got it listed down in the description box below, and it's a 1-month protocol that I utilize to allow people a step-by-step guide to being able to restructure that relationship without having to fork out thousands of pounds or dollars to go to an in-person behaviorist to kind of help them do it themselves. Now, it's not ideally something you'd want to do with a puppy at 11 weeks old because it is so regimented and so structured, but it is something that I've done a lot. I've done it with my own puppy, who are a bit older than 11 weeks, but I have done it, and you just have to be aware that you have to modify it to ensure that we're giving them adequate times to go out to the toilet, and we're consistent with our toilet training, we're consistent with our obedience and socialization and manners work, and we have to kind of build that around the bootcamp protocol. But I do believe that if you've got a puppy that young displaying genuine resource guarding behaviors, that it's worthwhile potentially jeopardizing those areas to get on top of this quickly before it turns into a problem. Because one of the most common reasons dogs are given up to shelters or put down is often through bites coming from resource guarding. It's the most common reason that children are bit. When they go to a dog that is eating or playing or chewing on a toy, the dog growls, the child still moves forward, and then a bite happens. It's something that I get people reach out to me every day. It's horrible when it happens, and I'm trying to dedicate everything we do here at Fenrir to educate people in these early stages to stop that from happening, because that is a really common reason why so many dogs are being unnecessarily put down. And if just from day one that people in the household were a better leader and had better rules, boundaries and expectations with their dog and better consistency, that resource guarding behavior would have never happened in the first place. So that's the kind of more serious issue and situation that must be quickly and efficiently dealt with. The other issue around playtime is one that's definitely one not to worry about anywhere near as much. Growling and those kind of vocalizations that domesticated canids make are completely normal. When they play, they will growl, they'll grumble, they'll yip and yap and bark, and the vast majority of times, especially if they're playing between themselves or you're really ramping up the energy while you're playing with them, it's completely normal. It's not aggressive in any way. Where the issue lies is it might be, take myself for example, it's the best way for me to explain this. I like big giant mastiff breeds. When I have them myself, I play with them a lot, and I quite often roughhouse with my dogs, and I'll roughhouse quite roughly, as you might want to say. Now, I am okay doing that because I know that at any time I want to stop that, I am in control. I initiate play, and when I'm ready, I stop play, and it stops on a dime when I ask it to. That is the key, because if I was playing like that and my 1-year-old was to come in, I need to ensure that I can turn that play off instantly so that my 1-year-old doesn't ever get hurt. So it's imperative that you are able to ensure that you can turn it off. And that goes back to the leadership levels of your relationship that you have with your German Shepherd, that you are able to initiate play and you are able to initiate when play stops. If you're not able to do that, that would then be another clear indication that you have a relational breakdown between you and that you need to restructure that relationship and work on enough communication to be able to let the dog efficiently understand that I am in control, and when I ask you to do this thing, you must do it. So it all kind of always falls back to that relationship that you have with your dog, and it's why I'm such a strong believer in the approach of being a calm, consistent leader with your dog, which is why with all the clients I work with and all of my courses and online resources will constantly refer back to why are we doing what we're doing, and are we, by doing this thing, achieving the goal of being a calm and consistent leader. So I hope that helped. If it did, and you've got any other German Shepherd related questions, drop them down in the comment section below. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We've got 2 German Shepherd videos coming to this channel every single week, so make sure you don't miss out on those, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Fenrir German Shepherd Show.